Hello, welcome to my presentation on cardamom, the essential oil. So cardamom comes from or is sourced in doTERRA, and it is sourced near a city called Sika Abe. doTERRA, a company who sources it, they have worked with their Healing Hands Foundation to teach the people of Sika Abe to utilize their resources. So the shelf life of fresh cardamom is only about 3 days before it starts to mold and go bad. And so before they had help, the people in Sika Abe, they often had trouble keeping their products clean and fresh. So doTERRA, with the help of their Healing Hands Foundation, as well as another foundation they are working with, they created a training center and a drying center in Sika Abe. So they are helping the people there not only to have a good integral buyer, not only to have a buyer that is virtuous and gives them what they deserve, but they also help those people to make the most of their product and make the most of their community as well. They've created a community learning center specifically for gardening and utilizing their gardens and foods and things like that, but they teach other things as well. So that is in Guatemala. That is where some people source their cardamom, although it comes from other places around the world as well. So cardamom has many different constituents in it. Some of the main constituents are terpineol, terpineol or 1,8-cineol, which is also known as eucalyptol, and sabinine. These are some of the main components. And how they figured out these components is through a method known as GCMS, which stands for gas chromatography, which gas chromatography is how they separate out the constituents of the oils, and that's how they get it all individualized. And then mass spectrometry is how they read the gas chromatography files. That's how they read what is in it and tell the oils apart. So through GCMS, they have been able to look at many oils through many different companies and see whether they are pure or not. With these methods, you can tell whether the product is synthetic or natural. And so it's pretty expensive, but if you wanted to be very particular, you can go and find a bunch of different oils and send them to them, and they can tell you the exact constituents. And in fact, some oil companies have sold products with pure labels, and I was reading articles about it where some people sent the oils that are pure to the company, and the people who do the GCMS ratings, they said that the product was synthetic. So it's good to do research and figure out whether your product is real or not, because synthetics do not have near the amount of properties and benefits that the pure oils do. So do research, make sure that your product's GCMS tested, and make sure it's pure. I know that doTERRA's oils are very pure, and they all have GCMS testings. And if the bottle was bottled after 2016, it has a number on the bottom, and you can see the batch number and see the tested batch and the exact constituents. So that's pretty cool and pretty awesome to know that there are companies out there that have a complete oil that is pure, and they show you that it's pure. So cardamom comes from Sica Guatemala, and it comes from other places as well. Main constituents, some of them are terpineol, 1,8-cineol, and saponin. So I will go over some of the properties of these constituents, starting with terpineol. So terpineol has been known to have anti-inflammatory effects, antifungal, antibacterial, and antifungal and antibacterial effects, and they have found effects that are anti-proliferative to certain forms of leukemia. So with the terpineol, they have found through studies that it is good at keeping certain forms of leukemia down and keeping it from expanding. So it's good for breaking down certain things like that. It has also been known to be a superoxide inhibitor. Superoxide is a form of free radicals or oxidated cell, or not free radicals, and something that creates oxidated cells. So the properties of terpineol have been known to seize oxidation of certain cells. Next is 1,8-cineol, otherwise known as eucalyptol. The name eucalyptol comes from the fact that it is one of the major components of eucalyptus, and that is one of the first places that they discovered it. So eucalyptol has been found to have analgesic properties, which means it's a pain reliever, which is awesome. It has been, through studies, they figured out that it is good for enhancing cerebral blood flow through inhaling it. So anything with eucalyptol, like eucalyptus or cardamom, through inhaling it, it has been known to have effects that promote cerebral blood flow. Something interesting about eucalyptol is, even though it's an insecticide, they found that with eucalyptol, they set it out and they had male bees that would come pick it up, and they would use it as a synthesized or synthetic pheromone to attract female bees for mating, or attract become the bee that mates with the queen, or however that works. But studies shown that they used it for male bees used it for a synthetic pheromone. So eucalyptol is hypotensive, which means it is beneficial towards relieving high blood pressure. It promotes lower blood pressure, and it's a mucolytic, which means it's great for releasing any mucus in the cell membranes. Eucalyptol has also been known to be an immunoregulator in regulating our immune system. So that's pretty awesome. It will boost your immune system, bring it back up to par. Eucalyptol has effects that are anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antioxidative, and antiviral, as well as having effects that are great against seizing airborne microbes. So it is anti-airborne microbes, good for cleaning the air and any parasites that are traveling through the air. It's good for cleaning those. Eucalyptol has been used in many things, such as mouthwashes and cough suppressants, and like I said earlier, it has been used as an insecticide, so it's great for keeping bugs away if you want to use it for that. So next is saponin. Saponin is in many essential oils, and it's in black pepper oil and black pepper oil, as well as other oils. So saponin is anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and antimicrobial. So again, it's great for cleansing, great for cleaning your body, keeping it clean. And they did some studies with a strain of virus called Salmonella typhi, otherwise known as typhoid fever, and the saponine was great for reducing the typhoid fever and the effects of it. So if you ever catch typhoid fever, you might look into saponine or essential oils that carry saponine and see the effects that it can have on your body. It's pretty cool. So next are the emotional properties of cardamom. That was all of the constituent properties, or not even all of them, but a amount of them, a few of them. So next, the emotional properties. Cardamom is the oil of objectivity, and so it's great for helping us take a step back and maybe see truth in situations where we didn't see it before. So it's great for promoting mental clarity if we ever get caught up, whether that's through frustration or anger or thinking that we know the right thing when it's not. Cardamom can help us take a step back and just get really clear and stop overthinking and tying knots in something that's not working for us. So it's great for promoting self-control. Again, if we think something's one way or we think we know everything, we're a little out of control with ourselves, and something like cardamom can help us take a step back, really be with ourselves, stop blaming other people and just be with ourselves and see what's up with us. If we're out of our boundaries, then cardamom can enable us to step back in or assist us in being in our boundaries and in our own space. Cardamom is great for promoting objectivity. So it's taking a step back, really seeing the situation for the pure truth that it is rather than what we think it is. Often, every day, I have things that I think are a certain way, and then later I figure out they're not that way. And sometimes it'd be really useful to have something like cardamom to be able to smell and be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. I might not know what's going on. It's okay. Cardamom is great for promoting or relieving feelings of ownership. If you feel like you if you feel like you own what's not yours and you think something's yours when it's not, cardamom can relieve that. Or if you don't have the self-esteem to feel ownership over yourself, if you feel very controlled or owned by someone else, cardamom can help us achieve the feelings of personal ownership. And cardamom is also an emotional digestant. Just like it's a physical digestant, it helps our digestive system and helps our digestive tract. It can also assist our emotional digestion system. If we get caught up or stuck up with emotions, usually because we think something's a certain way, cardamom can help us clear through those, either break through them with the spicy effects or cut through them, or cardamom can help us take a step back and realize that we're making a knot of emotions out of something that we shouldn't even be thinking about. So it's great for emotional digestion. Cardamom is also great for enhancing feelings of peace. Oftentimes when we get very hot-headed or angry, we tend to blow things out of proportion or blame ourselves or blame others, and we get emotions all knotted up and crazy. And cardamom can help us take a step back and take a step back from all the negativity and feel the peace and the tranquility that is always around us. Cardamom can also help us cut through whatever we need to get through so that we can feel peace. Sometimes there's anger and emotion that we just need to break through so that we can get to the other side and feel tranquility over there. So cardamom is great for promoting and assisting in feelings of peace. Those are some of the emotional properties. Cardamom is great for many things. These are just a small list of the properties and effects that cardamom has. And I in my research, I read that cardamom is safe for pregnant women, and it can be beneficial towards morning sickness. I am not a licensed physician or doctor. This is not medical advice. If you are seeking medical advice, contact your physician or doctor. And if you are pregnant as well, make sure to contact a doctor or physician and do your research to make sure that this is a safe thing for you. So cardamom, you want to make sure it's 100% pure if you are using it internally or using it during pregnancy and things like that. So make sure you get the ratings done on it or know that you can trust the provider. Cardamom can be used in many different ways, such as you can diffuse it into the air for feelings of peace and mental clarity, taking a step back. You can use cardamom in food. Many people know cardamom as the spice that you cook with, and you can use the oil for food as well, and it has some delicious dishes that you can make with it. So I mentioned 100% pure oils that have been tested. If you are looking for a place to buy them, doTERRA sells tested oils, and if you're interested in their pricing, their retail price for a 5 milliliter bottle of cardamom is $34.67, and their wholesale price is just $26. To become a wholesale member is very simple. It's a $35 sign-up fee, and that lasts for a year, and then annually the fee is $25 after that with a free bottle of peppermint. So it's well worth becoming a wholesale member if you intend on ordering a few oils. If you have questions or if you'd like to become a wholesale member, feel free to send me a message or comment and ask your questions. And if you like the retail price, you can just get on doTERRA's website and find it there. So that is Cardamom Essential Oil. I hope you guys found this useful. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you take what you learned and put it into effect in some point of your life or some area of your life. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate that you took time to watch this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Peace out.